now recording.
So I just want to say really quick, fuck a bitch named Craig. Fuck bots. Fuck bots. So
Yeah.
it's now the week after. My manifestation didn't do shit.
Duh.
I did not get a PS5. I stayed up till like 3 a.m. trying to get one from GameStop and Target. Opening night, didn't get shit. All right, that's fine. The next day, Walmart had 4 scheduled like online releases. Literally like 3 human beings got them. All the bots got them. Walmart throughout the day, throughout 4 separate sales, did nothing to stop bots. And so people are scalping PS5s for over $1,000, and it pisses me off because there's going to be stock for Black Friday. So people are literally just holding PS5s hostage from people who really want to play it to make a quick buck. But like no one can afford $1,100 for a PS5 or they buy a PC. Like
Yeah, exactly.
it's ridiculous. Like that's such a dick move. Like I like understand that like scalping is the thing, but it went so hard for the PS5 and the Xbox One. I'm not the Xbox One, the Xbox Series X. It's also going for like $900. Like like Target and Walmart did nothing to prevent it. And like every time it's gone up on any website over the past couple days, it goes down within like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I literally one time clicked the live Amazon link in 15 seconds and still didn't get it.
Mhm.
Like there's been issues with like it getting in people's carts and not letting them check out. It's so fucked. Fuck a bitch named Craig because he's a bot. You're a piece of shit anyway. You lost my favorite episode. That's all I. Ooh, I'm angry.
Maybe he's prevented you. He got his buddies to like make sure you didn't get the PS5.
Dude, I know for a fact it was Craig's fault. 100%, bro.
Yeah.
We need new help. We're hiring new help.
Speaking
I want
of
Craig. Can we do auditions? I want
New
tryouts
Craig.
for new bots.
some Adobe auditions.
That was funny.
Wasn't
Yeah, maybe you just have to start being nice to Craig.
No!
Yeah, maybe we
He
just
lost-
heard his
No,
feelings.
we
He lost
tried
the
being
Treasure
nice to
Planet episode.
Craig.
No, but like maybe you really have to.
We were
prove to
nice,
Craig
but then he
that
lost
you're on
Treasure
his
Planet.
side.
Hey, I have a theory.
Yeah.
What if
Theory?
what if Lizzie's working in tandem with Craig because I shit on
knew
Lizzie
it.
too much?
I knew it.
Yo, I mean, I will neither confirm. nor
Lizzie, did you
deny.
prevent me from getting a PS5, homie?
Did I? Who knows?
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna
Maybe You
cry.
were in such a Zutara anti.
Water tribe. I hate everything.
Same.
I'll never find happiness because I don't have a PS5.
Meanwhile,
I mean,
Meanwhile,
valiant
in the real world.
Meanwhile, in the real world, I got Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory yesterday. I recommend.
Ooh.
I do recommend. Because what do you call it? You guys have like, I'm sure like, you guys have like those like game soundtracks where you're like, oh, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm trying to think of a stupid.
I was trying to tell Joseph I loved him, and
Flush?
he didn't look.
Yeah, but yeah.
I
So
didn't know that was addressed on me. I thought that was.
I pointed down.
Oh, I'm so smart.
You're below me.
this is true. The
That
setup
sounds
you
very
see on Discord
condescending.
is exactly how it is on the. Anyways, so yeah, Melody of Memory. It's like it's a rhythm game where you've got the whole Kingdom Hearts soundtrack on one game, and it's pretty good for $60. But I still think it's worth it. But I was just wondering, you guys, do you guys have any noteworthy OSTs you guys have, or is that just me?
Yeah,
for
would
previous
recommend. Would recommend. Positions by Ariana Grande.
Yo, that album though kind of slaps.
positions for you.
The whole thing is like pretty dope. Not gonna
Top
lie.
40.
I actually have not been able to stop listening to Positions by Ariana Grande, and I kind of hate it, but kind of love it at the same time.
Kind of
Every
same.
time Jake gets in my car, it's playing.
The whole album though, it kind of slaps. Not gonna lie. I really like POV. It's a good song.
I don't think
Oh.
What?
I just went, Lizzie! Oh, wait. I was like,
Did I
Never
say
mind.
something?
I'm
No, never mind.
There was
Fine.
there was an implication.
No,
that could have been.
she's an innocent, sweet baby angel. Don't leave it.
I meant video game OSTs, but that's
We're not
neither
gonna
here
talk
nor
about
The
that.
first thing
Wait,
that
you
comes
know,
to mind is
I have one.
Undertale, but I don't know if I want to lock that in.
There's one that I just like listening to when I like play video games and stuff, but it's from a video game that's really obscure that I really love called 2064 Read Only Memories.
I've never
And-
heard of that.
It's so obscure, but like it's really good.
feel
And
like
the
I've heard of
OST
that.
has a vibe.
Yeah, but I've
and
never.
nobody's
seen it.
heard of it, but it's
I thought
actually a
I've heard
really
of that.
fun
I don't
game.
know.
Speaking of AI, actually, that whole game is about like should AI have rights, but it's in like the style of like a cybernetic like
Oh, like Detroit Become Human.
Undertale-esque game style, sort of, but like it's weird.
But that's
like,
not what the
you
game
just have
is,
to
yeah.
play it to.
Oh
experience it.
right, yes. Oh wait, no, I think. Oh,
Where did Aiden go?
My bad. My bad. That one was my fault entirely.
Is my camera not focusing? What the heck?
Fuzzy
It looks fairly
Lizzy.
focused,
Fuzzy Lizzy.
I think, but also I could be
Really?
blind.
I mean, you just look
It
a little
looks like
fuzzy.
you-
There might be a smudge
Yeah.
on it.
I guess a little.
You know
A
what?
little
Actually,
smudgy smudge.
you know what? I think I know why I've
I
heard of
can-
this game. I think it was because you told me about it.
The
Like a
word
little bit
smudge
ago.
does not
Probably.
sound like a word.
Maybe you're just what's
Smudge.
the term
I
for
don't
the
think
thing?
Yeah,
Just
you
singing
said
too much?
we talked about this. Yes,
we
I
did talk. Was
forgot.
this on a podcast or was this?
It
just
was on a
something
pod.
we did?
I don't know.
The what? For the what?
I mean, our podcasts are basically us recording a meeting.
Yeah,
It's about the
basically.
same energy.
When we're
About the same.
stop.
Really curious as to what I insinuated earlier and didn't know, and it's bothering me.
I'll tell you when you're older, Lizzie. I'll tell you when you're older.
Semantic
Um,
Things that I
satiation.
don't know.
Semantic
We'll talk
satiation.
about this semantic satiation. Jordan, the Halo Reach soundtrack is actually kind of flames,
True.
and then also the Dragonborn song just by
Oh
itself.
well, yeah. Naturally.
She's
Maro-
clapping.
I'm more of a fan
Hey,
of the Morrowind
speaking
theme, but yeah.
speaking of music, hey, there's music in One Piece. That's
The anime.
But we're not. But wait! I had a story. I had a quick story.
Oh, I lied to you.
Okay. So like moments ago, like maybe like 30 minutes, an hour ago, I was
I don't
picking
know
up
if
food with my brother.
that counts as moments.
Yeah, moments is like within the last 5
The
minutes.
moments
maybe.
is like something that happened within the confines of your house amount of time.
Okay, not moments ago. A little bit bigger than moments. The next step up
Okay.
from moments.
What is the next step up from moments?
I don't.
a bit ago, I think.
A bit ago. Okay.
About a bit ago.
Yeah, go on.
A bit ago, I was picking up food with my brother. We were driving down the freeway, and then I'm like on my phone. I'm reading One Piece for reasons we'll get
While
into,
driving?
because it's like the episode. I wasn't driving. He was driving.
That's hardcore.
Yeah, I was reading
I
One
like
Piece and
while
driving.
Okay. It's on record now.
And and then he like, I hear my brother say like, "What is that?" And I look, and there's like a low riding pickup truck, like it's like down, it's nearly touching the ground. Like, you know when you see like cars and like they're like that low, it was that.
Yeah.
But it was a pickup truck, and I had never seen that before. I'm like, that's weird. And we kept going, and there was another one,
Gang.
and then there was
Pickup
three,
truck gang.
There
Low.
was three
low
low
riding
riding
gang.
pickup trucks, and I'm like, what the heck?
That's straight up.
I was very confused, but
Vicious.
so I guess
That's
low riding pickup truck
weird.
gang. Shout out to low riding pickup truck gang.
Yeah.
That's
that
why
was it.
Joseph's wearing a leather jacket. He wants to join the low riding pickup truck gang.
Would they wear leather jackets?
Why not?
I don't know. Do I look like I'm a part of low? I look like I could be a part of a low riding truck gang.
Low key. It's the
Yeah, I was
flannel
about to
and the
say,
dad
like,
cap.
maybe.
I feel like I have more of a Mack truck driver vibe to me right now. Like I look like I'm about to pick up a CB radio, and like
Yeah.
travel.
Okay.
Could I be on Ice Truckers? Isn't that a show?
Ice road truckers. Yeah.
Ice Road Truckers. Or
Anyways.
I could be
I'm gonna
a
try and stick.
tree man, a cutting of tree men.
Lumberjack.
Yes. Okay, Lizzie, just leave. It's fine. I don't want to talk to you anyway.
No,
Whatever.
no, I'm sorry. Did it fix my camera? Did it?
Actually, yeah, it looks a
Yeah,
little better.
yeah, oh
Yeah.
yeah, it does look
Okay.
clear.
Okay, Queen. Look at Lizzie. Fuck it up. Wait, what does your shirt say?
Oh, it's my Stella Adler Studio of Acting.
I don't know. Oh, okay.
Looks like
Shout
Stella
out. It's a
Adler,
really
but
cool acting studio in New York that I
Oh, we're
did
doing
some stuff
shout
at.
out to Cane's. That's where I got food from.
Shout out to the Nintendo Super Famicom. Link to the past. This shirt
Okay.
is not sold
Yo,
anywhere
shout out
anymore.
to
Shout out to
freaking
HEB for these
Wellesley
really
Farms.
sick ass tissues. Like
Oh,
that's
I forgot
pretty.
you live in
cool.
Wellesley
Texas. Do
Farms,
you get?
real water.
That's not real. Not
I
Hey,
showed you-
water.
I
Real
showed you an
water.
image. Of
Wait,
what it says fake
Aiden, have
water.
you met HEB, buddy? You haven't
What?
met HEB, buddy?
No. The fuck
He's
is
like this
HEB?
dude with like the brown bag mascot of HEB.
I have no idea
That's a
what you're
thing.
talking about.
I'm sending it to the chat right now.
I didn't know that. Oh
I
my god.
also have
Okay.
no idea.
Anyways,
Ladies and gentlemen, we read a thing we read our first book, manga. Same thing.
Is manga a
Comic. It's a comic book. So yeah.
Manga
kind
is a
of
form
I
of literature,
suppose.
but like it's
Yes.
not like
It's a superior
Oh,
form.
I dressed for the
don't
occasion.
Like, plays aren't books, but I guess comic books.
But
Well,
they're
that's
not
because
meant to
you
be
perform
read.
it's a screen. No, it's not a screenplay. It's it's a script because it's meant to be read and then performed and then watched. It's not
Yeah.
a book. Like you could count it as a book if you want, but it's not.
Joseph.
But
I'm
like
waiting
it's
for this
not
image.
exactly.
But it's just semantics. Like it's
You're right.
it's.
You're right.
God damn it, Lizzie.
Joseph,
Now I'm
that's-
thinking that's a bad. I shouldn't think. That's dangerous.
You're
mean-
getting Aiden to talk about his major. Can you like not here, not here?
Dude, I am hitting this fucking microphone like
Maybe you should like
nonstop.
scoot it back a little or like.
But then
something.
the audio is really low.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. It
Yeah, he's
it
supposed to
requires
kiss it.
intimacy.
Yep.
It's a fancy mic.
Thank you for that.
Did you like that?
XLR
I was
mics.
very
I like that.
about that. One Piece.
A situation.
One Piece. I want to.
Segue.
Okay, so I want. So me and Joseph have both read/seen this first arc of One Piece and knew what to
I
expect.
watched it for
I've
a
watched
while back.
Yeah. Jordan and Lizzy are our little One Piece virgins over here.
I watched all the way up to Usopp enters from the show for the show.
But like a long time ago, right?
Well, yeah, 8th grade, but like not too long, but like 8th
That's-
grade.
Yeah.
So like I
Well,
remember
alright, well, then
exactly what
we'll
happened.
We'll do Lizzy first and then Jordan. I want to hear just your guys' like overall reaction to this first 8 chapters. What you thought? Like,
I am.
give me your insights.
I am so not prepared to go first, but I suppose I'll try. Well,
No pressure.
all right. I feel like whenever I pick up a manga, okay, I knew nothing about One Piece other than like the fact that it's about a stretchy person, and like I may have seen like one episode of the anime with my uncle a long time ago before I myself even watched anime, like regularly. So I don't know, but I mean, just in general, when I pick up a manga, sometimes it takes a little getting used to. So usually the first couple chapters, at least, aren't necessarily my vibe. But I enjoyed the first couple chapters. I got into it a lot more as it went on. Especially, I really liked the characters and how, like, I don't know, they just seemed cool. I really liked Zoro. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
liked him. I vibed with him. I freaking loved that he had like 3 katanas and he held one in his mouth. That was like epic.
It's a
And-
cool shtick.
I thought it was fun. I read it on an app, and like in the app, all of the pages were colored, and I don't know
Oh,
why,
really?
but it irked me a lot.
Yeah.
What?
That's not the
I've
big deal.
never
Really
seen
wish-
the manga.
Wait, yours were
colored.
colored?
Wait, send a screenshot. I'm interested as to
What? That Lizzie, the app
Yeah.
that I recommended you is the same one I use, and it's not colored.
Wait, you recommended Manga Zone?
What's the one I recommended?
Yeah,
I
no, that sounds
recommended
right.
one.
Manga Zone.
Is it this
I know the app that you
I cannot
recommend.
see.
Oh wait, no, I have a different one.
I think I also have a different one.
Does
I
it
think
look
I
like
have a different
this?
one.
I mean, this is chapter 9, which we didn't read, but I will send a screenshot from chapter
It's in
9.
color. That's crazy. You should
The
not.
whole
That's
thing
Kinda
weird.
cursed.
color, and I didn't love
Joseph.
it.
I saw the
What?
second picture.
Well, it's normally
What?
not.
Yeah, no, I
What?
figured.
Okay.
I like once I was like halfway through it, it was starting to get on my nerves. So I was
Oh.
like, maybe I should just download another app. And then I was just like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. So I just
Yeah,
because I
but
was already like
this-
halfway through. So I just continued it. But I didn't love reading in color. But I
That would
did
bug
like
me.
reading it a lot.
It's not the medium.
And I really liked the characters. I liked the vibe. I thought it felt kind of like lighthearted while still having like I could see it getting a lot more intense in the future, and like it's something that's kind of gripping from even just the first few chapters. So I was into it. I liked it. Yeah.
I'm glad. I'm glad. Jordan.
So, Aiden, my boy.
Oh no.
I don't mean to disappoint you, but okay. So, having seen everything that I read, nothing impressed me. Nothing felt different except that things were harder to consume. Reason 1, my attention span is dog shit. For each chapter, I have a counter for the amount of times my attention span got the better of me. I literally label it attention span getting the better of me count. Reason number 2, sometimes the
What did that count come out to?
in total, I didn't add it. Give me a sec. 3
Oh.
plus 2 is 7.
Did he just say 3 + 2 is 4?
No, I said 5, dumbass.
Oh, I heard 4.
Throughout 8 chapters, my attention span got the better of me 10 total times. Which isn't too bad. But it's like, it happened. Okay, back to reason number 2. Manga, the medium. Alright, so, the last manga that I read was, back in 8th grade. I read, a good handful of the beginning of Attack on Titan. Because people kept saying it was like better than the anime, and I'm like, okay, maybe I'll give it a shot. But again, my attention span got the better of me. But like the main thing that manga as a medium like fails to do for me is to like keep me engrossed in spite of my terrible attention span. So when I'm reading like a book, it allows me to the words in front of me allow me to play with the images in my head. But when I'm looking at manga, sure, I see what's going on and that's cool, but sometimes there are some moments where I look at like an action panel and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? There are so many lines. It's just all over the place. I can't tell what's going on. I should have had a count where I'm just like, I cannot tell what's going on in this action. Oh,
Welcome back.
gang.
Really? That surprises me a little, at least for the first couple chapters, because the movement's not super complex in the first couple chapters.
It's not, but the thing is, I still had panels where I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I guess he won? You know what I mean? Like, the thing with anime, it allows me to at least see the exact way in which the character fought to see how they won. Or, it was literally like chapter 1, where, what was his name? The leader of the bandits. I forgot his fucking name.
The leader of the bandits?
Yeah. Right at the beginning.
He's so unimportant. I
Yeah.
forgot his name.
Yeah, who gives a But
What
he
if he
literally-
comes back? Wait, no, he's dead, isn't he?
Yeah. Higuma the bear.
Yeah,
He
so
made me uncomfy.
He's not even a bear.
it took me
He's like an otter at best.
So-
Rip Akuma.
It took me 5 minutes of staring. Oh, Aiden?
Whoa,
Yeah?
whoa.
You are
Your
glitching the
screen
hell out,
looks
bro.
so weird.
You're gonna see in the OBS recording
It looks-
later.
It looks
Okay,
fuzzy.
You're fixed.
Disconnect
You're
and
fixed.
reconnect.
No,
Disconnect
you
and
were
reconnect.
like glitching out.
Disconnect to reconnect. You are out of sync. You're way out of sync. Yeah.
We're having connection issues. Yeah.
Oh
Dude,
yeah,
you sounded
love
vote
that.
coded. That's kind of epic.
Having issues today.
Okay.
Ooh, Lizzie's having a lot of issues over there.
At least
True.
Aiden and I are.
Yeah. We're struggling.
Anyways,
It's okay.
So,
It do be like that.
so it took me 5 minutes just to figure out that the bandit guy swung his sword and broke the bottles in that one panel. It took me
Really?
Yes, it took me 5 minutes of staring at the lines to figure out that happened. Which is again, maybe I'm just stupid. Maybe I have dog shit eyesight. That's a very big possibility. But it's just so stylistic. It feels all over the place when I look at it. And again, that's not a problem with the medium. It's just the way I'm. Yes, that. It's not a problem with the medium. It's just the way when I'm consuming it and I'm reading it, I can't tell.
Yeah.
And again, I think it's not. It's definitely not to knock on the medium as a whole. It just might not be my preferred method of consumption.
Can I
Fair
reply
enough.
to that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because like
No.
I kind of I kind of like agree in a sense because like whenever I pick up a manga, like especially the first volume, and especially when it's like more this kind of genre, it's like wait, can anybody else not see Aiden?
I can see Aiden.
I can see him.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I can't.
Lizzy, I
I
see
can't see his camera. That's so weird.
Yeah.
Anyways,
You scared him away.
Can you see me now?
I can see you now.
Yay.
That was really weird.
can't
It was
see
just like
me.
gray.
That was a John Cena
But-
reference. Just shout out to Jeff. Okay, sorry.
Shout out to Jeff.
But anyways, like whenever I pick up a new manga, especially when it's this kind of genre, it always takes me a hot minute to get into. Like especially like it's usually at least the first volume even where I'm just kind of like overwhelmed a little bit by the style, and it just like takes a second for me to get used to it. And like because there was so much action in this, it did take me a little bit. Like the first chapter, not gonna lie, I definitely missed a lot of what happened, and like that's okay to me though. Like whenever I first start out reading a manga, like I'm okay with not completely getting everything in the beginning, and I kind of like having a physical copy because I can always go back and like reread it, you know, like once I kind of know the characters, kind of have absorbed like the art style and like just the style that it's formatted, then I can like go back and appreciate it.
Yeah.
By
But
the way,
I really love manga,
Lizzy,
so
your
like
your audio's out of sync with your video. It's kind of your video's kind of lagging behind, by the way.
Damn, we are. This is the disconnection episode.
Heyo.
It's not
So,
me.
Lizzy, so like that's actually kind of like perfect for One Piece, especially like the first. So me going back and reading it, the first couple chapters are literally only entertaining for people like me and Joseph who know what happens, because some of the things that are foreshadowed that you like don't even know is foreshadowing happens, and it's crazy. And like seeing Luffy start his journey over again is also just kind of a like nostalgia trip. But it really, once Zoro gets in it and you start interacting with these other characters, it like starts this like you can kind of see what's going on. But One Piece, I like when you watch it or read it, I think the only fair place to stop is about the 10th volume at the Arlong Park arc. It is.
Oh, that's when I think it picks up. Yeah.
Yes, once you. Well, yeah. I personally love everything up to Arlong too.
No,
but like
same,
once you hit Arlong Park, that is like the deciding factor of your opinion of One Piece, because it is such a like powerful like story and like interaction between characters, and like it's just different. But I do agree that like the first couple chapters are probably less entertaining to watch or read as a first time.
I can imagine like wanting to get back and like reread those like chapters though after kind of knowing the character and knowing the story, because it had that vibe. Like even the first time I read it, I was just like, Jordan, don't do it.
What, you were reading One Piece and thought of me? That's kind of weird.
I don't even know what I was gonna say. But
yeah, it's
that's the tweet.
Joseph, how did you feel going back and reading it again?
So I liked it a lot, just because I haven't read the manga. Well, actually, I did technically read these before, like a while back. I forgot when I read them, but I first watched the anime like I believe it was 8th grade.
8th grade.
Yeah.
You and
like,
Nick in the corner just talking about One Piece. I'm just
I don't
like,
know why I chose it as the first anime to get into, but I did, and that's what happened. So I haven't like gone back to these in like a while, in like a hot minute. So like friggin', I don't know. It was really like interesting to go back and like to like these earlier chapters, which are like way lower stake. It's just kind of like fun. Like Luffy's just kind of screwing around. There's Kobe there. I'm like, yeah, that guy. He looks completely different. I don't know if that's a spoiler to say like
Kobe.
but
Kobe's gonna be the Pirate King.
I don't have a whole lot of thoughts on these chapters in particular outside of like they're kind of fun and I just like enjoy Oda's like art a lot, which for a lot of people, I know a lot of people who like the art is like a total turnoff for One Piece. Because like it's definitely not like a conventional art
It's
style.
different. It's
a lot
different.
cartoonier, but I love that.
Well, that's you because you're you. I know you.
Yeah. Well, okay. So like, and I think I would cite One Piece as like one of like the things that has influenced my art a lot. Because like there was like 3 things I was like super into when I like was first getting into like drawing. It was like the Scott Pilgrim comics, Steven Universe, and One Piece. And I think those 3 things, yeah, I know. And I think those 3 things like have influenced my art style the most because those were the things that I was like into when I started drawing.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously like One Piece it holds a special place in my heart or whatever.
That's so good.
But yeah.
Yeah. So what did you guys think so the first chapter, Romance Dawn, was published in 1997, fun fact, when Oda was 18. Originally he had a one, or he's 19, I think. But originally the one shot he wrote was called Romance Dawn, and it came out in 1996 when he was 17 and he was working for he was like an assistant to a manga artist as a kid. And then also in 1996, they published the second version of Romance Dawn, which is very different from what actually came out. And then in 1997, he got the serialized version with this. So what did you guys think of the first chapter, at least, with like how'd you like Shanks and the kind of like seeing what a pirate is compared to what you expect a pirate to be, and the world in general, I guess. What did you think of that?
Lizzy, please.
I'll let these guys go first because
Lizzy, please.
Me,
I've seen it
please,
before.
no.
I could go if no one else wants to, but I've seen it
I
before.
truly have to admit, like, I wish I grasped chapter 1 a little bit better than I did. Like, chapter 1 was like kind of just like a hodgepodge of things that were happening for me at first, and I was trying to like wrap my brain around it. And also, like, I know that this is just a me problem, but I was reading it in color, and the color was annoying so much. And like,
yeah, that's really gross. I don't like that.
It was gross. It was genuinely gross. And like also the colors were really bright. And so like I was just trying to like figure out what was going on, and I was really overwhelmed by the colors. And because of that, because they were all just like bright saturated colors. And like because of that, I was like distracted. But I kind of didn't want to like.
Up. I don't know where you.
That's really unfortunate.
I know. It's
you
not,
should have
like,
told
a
us
good
right
opinion,
away,
because
and
it's
then
just,
like you should have told us right away, and then we would have stopped you and directed you to somewhere better.
I mean, it was
Damn,
whatever.
Lizzy, I'm proud
like,
of you for sticking through that. I'm sad that you did, but like, damn, I couldn't do that. I love comic books, but I can't read manga in color. I don't understand what it is.
I just don't think they're designed to be colored.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're not. They're just like, because they're just.
But then there's anime. So like, why?
Well, it's like that's like I think there's like a difference between like colorizing something that's initially made to be that's like supposed to be black and white versus like anime. Like you're basically it's just adapting it.
Yeah.
Which is different.
Joseph, what you doing?
I'm fixing a bracelet. Sorry.
Jordan, what about you? Oh, sorry, Lizzie. I'm so sorry.
No,
Keep
no,
going.
I was gonna say that's basically like I know that that's not like a good summary in my opinion, but I was just like kind of overwhelmed, and I kind of wanted to like go back and even reread it before the podcast, but I never really got a chance to do it. And like either way, I just kind of wanted to read more before like going back and rereading.
Yeah. I wish we had read more too, but I didn't want to overwhelm everyone with chapters.
Thank you for
Yeah.
that.
Honestly, like it really
God,
wasn't bad. It wasn't much at all.
I was so busy this week. Holy shit! And I'm still busy next week, and then
You're
the week
good.
after.
You're good.
Don't major in philosophy if you're not certain. People at home, don't.
Oh, that
don't
sounds like
do it.
a fun thing to major
Don't
in.
do it. I'm too interested in the subject to stop now, but oh my god, it hurts.
For
Anyways,
those of you who are considering a major in philosophy, this is your sign.
yeah. Yeah, no, seriously, it's like you really gotta like be into it to like want to keep going. Anyways, One Piece. So, I think I'm a bad person to just quote that. I'm a bad person. Anyways, I think I'm a bad person to ask when it comes to, my thoughts when starting a shonen story. Imagine like 12-year-old me, having never seen anime before. My first anime was Ouran High School Host Club. What? Why? It was fucking great. People at home, if you
I
haven't seen it,
agree.
oh, it's so good. Dub, by the way.
It is.
God, the dubbers are so iconic. Anyways, and then my next anime, I get recommended a shonen story called Sword Art Online.
Sword Art Online.
Yes.
Is that a shonen?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
I thought it was
It's
like
not-
the
Oh,
same like genre thing, technically.
Wait, can I interrupt you really quick, Jordan? Just to like, I got so depressed yesterday because I found out that Sword Art Online Progressive is only going to be a movie. What the fuck? That defeats the purpose!
I hate it. No, that's so bad.
Doesn't that literally defeat the purpose of Sword Art Online
Right.
Progressive?
Then why are you gonna do it? Thank you, Lizzie.
Why would you make it a movie?
why would you do that? Why would you do that?
I'm upset. I'm really upset about it. I like stomped around my room like a 5-year-old for like 10 minutes yesterday.
Yeah, that's
Because
that's
it was
infuriating.
like right after not getting a PS5 again, and then I saw that, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
What a
Aiden
fucked
is
up
a
It was
dude.
Craig. Craig did it.
Craig, you piece of shit!
Anyways,
That kind of blew out my eardrums, but it's
Oh,
Yes.
is it loud? Is it
that?
loud?
Just-
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
oh yeah,
Sorry.
I think I should have mentioned before we started recording, but like your mic quality feels a little bit more dank than clear and crisp like it used to be.
Dang.
But
I just turned it down. Is this better?
too quiet.
How about that?
Yes,
Just right.
just right.
That's
It's
just
the
right.
Goldilocks
All right,
volume.
cool.
Right
I don't know.
That's
I
the
just wanted to
Goldilocks
make the
volume?
Goldilocks level
reference.
right there. Yeah, let me.
All
Just
right,
turn-
sorry, Jordan. Continue talking about One Piece.
Yes, so Shonen. Okay, 12-year-old. Okay, yes, it's not Shonen Jump, Joseph. Your point. It's not Shonen Jump, which is One Piece and Dragon Ball, but
Yes, I know that.
and Bleach. But it's a shonen
Yes.
story. It's like you get you take your protagonist, he gets OP, he goes on this journey, stuff like that, shonen. And then after that I watched more shonen stories and I was less interested because I am one of the few, because apparently it seems to be the majority opinion that SAO sucks, that really liked SAO. And
I mean, you know, I liked SAO, and now
Yeah.
I'm just kind of sad about it now.
yeah, it's what a fucked up day.
Is it actually like an unpopular opinion to like SAO?
Yes. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I believe so.
The amount of anime communities I've like jumped around where they're just like, "Oh, it's so bad." I'm just like, I mean, it was my first
A lot
shonen
of
story.
people
It's
hate
really hard for me to just be like, "It's bad." I get why they don't like it, but like I can't call it terrible, you know? I like it. I like it a lot. But again, that's the I like it a lot is mainly based on the first arc. But anyways, shonen stories, yeah. With shonen stories, I have a very, very set expectations, and then it meets them, and then I'm like, okay. That's how I felt with Boku no Hero. Dropped it mid season 3. That's how. And then
Aw, season 4 is awesome. I just gotta say,
yeah, it's
season 3 is hard to finish. Season 4 is the best season of My Hero.
better
like, by
than season
far.
2 because season 2
Oh yeah,
was
way
kind of
better, way better.
a banger actually.
Dude, I would recommend pushing through 3 to finish 4 because 4 is straight heat. What is Joseph doing? What is this?
It's the alternative to turning off his webcam because he doesn't know how to make an "I'm recording" sign.
No one listens to it.
It's there.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a talk with your family, Joseph.
Seriously?
I'm gonna have a sit down.
My family doesn't
Well,
bother me.
there's like a post-it note,
Mhm.
and then like they don't look at it. So
Okay,
the
multiple
hall's
post-it
dark
notes.
though, so like whatever.
Okay, multiple post-it notes.
So Jordan, I actually want to like almost counter for a moment because to me, One Piece is very different from a lot of major shonen.
I'm
Like
gonna
I know
be
it
the
is
best.
the inspiration, but well, yes, but it takes a different spin to it because Luffy is in no way overpowered. I know that's hard to see from these first couple of chapters, but we see like pretty soon Luffy gets his ass handed to him like
Spoilers.
when shit starts getting real, like consistently. Like he like does have to like deal with like
I mean,
he's
Naruto.
underpowered to a lot of people. Yeah, kind of, I guess. But also Luffy's not crybaby. Like he's not
Warranted shots
emotional.
fired. Yeah, go on.
He's just about being free. Like freedom is his ultimate ideal and his
I
treasure
have
is
a
being
quote
free.
from him that
And
I
I
felt
like
very.
Spoilers.
Luffy feels so very unlike a lot of other shonen pro tags. And I feel like because One Piece is like one of the most well-known shonen because of how amazing and large and like long it has been. I feel like that kind of gets lost in translation. But like as you continue to, if you do continue to read, Luffy's almost not even the main character, except that he is.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. It's like
No, it
Luffy's
doesn't.
just kind of there, kicking booty, but like you really focus on the characters, and then when Luffy does interact emotionally, it hits hard and it's very subtle, but that subtlety has power to it because of like his weird happy-go-lucky, doesn't care about like deep shit.
You told me the
If
same.
that makes any
you
sense.
told me the same thing though about Boku no Hero. You watch it for the characters and not the plot, and the main character.
Well, I would argue. Well, One Piece, the plot and the world building is awesome. Actually, like
Yeah,
you just
no.
have. There just was no real plot to Romance Dawn because it's just him meeting Zoro and
Yeah.
like it's him
Also,
leaving.
Didn't you say it was a one shot?
Well,
Chapter
like the
one
first
was
chapter
originally a
initially.
one-shot.
Most
Yeah.
serialized
I mean,
anime
that
manga
makes
start
sense.
off as one shots that then get
Wait.
serialized.
Epic. Okay, never mind.
Fun fact. Joseph, do you have thoughts on this?
Yeah, well, I don't know if I agree that like I do agree that One Piece as a whole is definitely not I wouldn't define it or like say that it's very stereotypical shonen, but I don't know that I agree that Luffy is wholly different because like I mean, I don't know if I understand shonen like usually like shonen protagonists are very like not happy-go-lucky, but like you know, like
I mean,
a lot of the themes in One Piece are like very similar to like a lot of the themes you'd find in like similar genres. And I think Luffy is emblematic of that because like his whole shtick is like yes, being free, but also like he cares about his friends, and that's like basically the core of like the
Kingdom
theme.
Hearts.
And I feel like that aspect is fairly stereotypical, I guess. That isn't a knock on the
Yeah.
One Piece at all. Like I love it, but I don't think it like subverts it in that way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess there's something about Luffy though that like I think big crybaby is like a big thing in a lot of shonen. Or like
and
the
I guess he doesn't
like
cry as
the
much as
overpowered protag who just doesn't know how to hone his skill is like a big thing. Like, My Hero, Deku gets big boy quirk and learns how to hone it. Naruto is just him learning to control the fox inside of him.
Right.
One Punch Man, big OP boy, because sad. It's
Sad
different
because
he's
he's OP.
sad because
Yeah.
he's too overpowered.
Right.
Well,
I feel like One Punch Man is a subversion.
It's different.
It's
a
like
subversion of
it like
the
takes the
Luffy,
genre and turns it
like,
on its head on purpose.
Luffy,
Yeah.
I know in this first these first 8 chapters we don't see like that Luffy is part of like this much bigger world that is bigger than he is, but Luffy's in no way like broken and like just has to learn to like control his shit. At least not till much later, I like guess.
Yeah. He's powerful, but I wouldn't say that he's like so unbelievably powerful.
No, I think
by Shonen standards,
Zoro is much more powerful than he is at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we first meet Zoro, he could kick Luffy's ass had he not eaten for a month. Like, I don't know. Luffy's just like slightly different for me, and I think that's like one of the things that arouses me about One Piece.
Arouses. That was an interesting choice of words.
I'm kind of so like a big thing in One Piece too is like the dialogue and like a lot of like the background panels, like hearing Shanks go, "You shouldn't use guns to threaten people." He's like, "I don't use these to scare people," and then he shoots him in the face. That was just such a big flex, and I loved it. It was
just... Oh wait, yeah. Thoughts. We're on the first chapter. Crap.
Pause.
I had thoughts and then I forgot them.
That's Joseph.
Did you notice? Did you notice the thing that Shanks does?
Yeah, no, I know. That's like the big.
I never noticed that, and that like made me nuts. It's very large. No, I let it. Well, because I had read it for the first time.
Oh, that's true. I guess.
So this was my first time rereading it, which was cool. Seeing hockey being used.
Love that sport. More of a basketball guy myself. Never mind.
I hate that. I hate that so much.
Okay, wait. Okay, this isn't a thought. I just remember seeing like a clip from one of those like 4Kids like bumper ads things, and those bumper ads for like TV shows where it's like a quiz or whatever, and then it's like, we'll tell you the answer to this after the break. So there was one for One Piece, and it was like, who gave Luffy his lucky straw hat? Was it Usopp, Shanks, or Sonic? And I just love that.
It's Sonic!
Fucking Sonic. It's Pikachu!
I love that clip so much.
Who's that Pokemon? It's Jigglypuff! It's Pikachu. Fuck!
But what was... I like... Because Luffy as a kid is very... Like, he, like, looks up to these pirates. And, like, admittedly, like, Shanks... Like, you'll see as, like, the story goes on, like, most of the pirates are kind of, like actual pirates, and like, but Luffy's like conception of a pirate are just like these like freaking guys who like screw around and like have adventures and like be cool and stuff. And he's like, I want to be that.
They do what they want, and they're free to do what they want, and that's like his ideology of piracy is not like killing and plundering.
Yeah. So I'd find that. I don't know. I enjoy that a lot. I like how he's just hanging out with pirates as like a kid. And I mean, I guess it makes sense like once you get into like more of Luffy's backstory, but that's like way later on. So like right now, all you know is that he's this kid that hangs around a bunch of pirates.
Yeah, where are your pirates? What the?
At a bar.
Good question, Jordan.
I hate you. Yeah. Okay. Where's Zuko's mom? Read this other thing. Anyways.
But like. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of thoughts on the first issue, or first chapter rather. I do remember the first time I read it, I was a little thrown off because like the anime, it kind of skips the first chapter and then
the anime starts with him in Alvida's ship.
Yeah, it starts with like the barrel scene.
Yeah,
and then it goes back to like chapter 1 and like of like a flashback episode, and then like I guess I'll get into that when we get to Zoro. But like it does something similar with Zoro. And
does anyone have anything they want to talk about before we get to Zoro? Anything pre-Zoro, like Alvida and Kobe first meeting?
How did a kid who wants to be a Marine end up working for a criminal?
Did
oh,
it not
he
explain
wanted to
that?
go fishing one day, and he walked on the wrong ship, and they just kept him
Oh, how did I miss
Yeah.
that? Did
because
they say
Kobe's
that?
a pussy.
Basically, Kobe is like the exact opposite of Luffy.
I love Kobe so much.
No, I love him. He's great.
Helmeppo better be the pirate king.
I remember when we got to, or like when I got to that, I was like, I forgot how good Oda is at writing characters you just want to punch in the face. Because Helmeppo is not the only character like that. There's so many One Piece characters.
The Celestial Dragons.
That's a good example. So many One Piece villains that you're like, I hate these people so much, and I've only seen them for like 2 whole pages.
I hated the axe dude.
Oh
His-
yeah,
like the way that he
Captain
was illustrated
Morgan.
made me so uncomfy.
He's so cool.
Like the back of the axe coming out
His
of like
elbow,
his elbow.
Oh yeah,
Like, I was like, that's disgusting.
he's like,
It's
oh,
so
so
cool.
cool. I'm gonna put an axe in my hand. I like how his first line was, "I am so great."
I am so.
I'm like,
True.
yeah, that's the character.
Yep, I get it.
I do. I like how Oda introduces the like corruption within the Navy, but the also desire for there to not be corruption within
Yeah.
the Navy. Because that's a really big thing of One Piece is like not only the struggles of power between the main powers, but also the internal struggles of power. Amidst the like, there are 3 main powers in One Piece. Like the pirates, the Marines, and then you haven't met the other ones yet. But like, there's just a lot of
Yuzan Vong?
internal
Or
struggle
Star Wars?
that way, which is really fun to watch because like One Piece slowly becomes a thing. I was gonna say show, but a manga about ideologies and like differing ideologies amongst people. And it's really fun to like hear the contradictions between everybody's thoughts and the way that they evolve in this
Sorry, go on.
series.
Mhm.
That's it. All right, so Zoro's introduction and that whole arc and his backstory. Give me your 2 thoughts, and then Joseph and I will go and we'll meld and have a wonderful synergistic experience.
Lizzy.
Synergistic is a little bold.
Thank you.
I gotta look at my notes. You're putting me on the spot. and
I'm sorry, I only have things to rip into about the first 8 chapters. I'm not gonna lie
Damn.
to you guys.
Okay. I
Damn.
really liked Rika was her name. The little
Little girl.
who brought Zoro rice balls.
I
was
like sugar.
"No, he's a cutie. And then like, so I really liked that because I liked how like Luffy, is that how you say his name? I was
Yeah.
saying
Yes.
it
Luffy!
in my head
Sorry.
the whole
That's how
time.
It's
most
Luffy.
people say it. At
God,
first.
I hate when people say
Monkey.
Luffy. I hate when people say Naruto. Anyways, go on.
So he was like, he and like Kobe were like, should we like go to him? Should we stay away from him? And then this little girl's just like, yo, here's some rice cakes and or whatever. So I thought that was really cute. And I also liked that that like Zoro had like a little bit of like a soft spot for her or whatever. Like at the end when they get all muddy and he eats them and then he's like, tell her I said thank you or something. I think that was like one of my favorite parts.
They were
That's
delicious.
a good moment.
Yeah, that was the rice ball tastes very good. Thank you very much. I like that.
Tell her I said it was delicious. Tell her I ate it all.
And so yeah, that was I also loved the part where Luffy like sneaks into the place and he's like, I don't know like what chapters I'm talking about. I just know it has
You're
to do
good.
with
No,
Zoro,
it's
so I
fine.
hope
It's
Yeah,
you
we're
fine.
not
know,
gonna
but,
like. Yeah.
the part where he like makes the deal with like, if I get your katana then like you'll join my team or whatever kind of thing, and like he goes into the wherever he goes and
He just
he
walks
sees, like,
in.
three
Yeah,
swords.
he just shows
Yeah,
up.
and he's like and then he's like, I'm just gonna take
Which
all of
one's
them, and then like he
yours?
takes them out, and then like he's like, they're all mine, and then he's like fighting with the sword in his mouth. I thought that was really fun, and a kind of fun like character quirk.
Quirk. That's Boku
Although
no
I don't
Hero.
really know
Go
if
on.
that's a quirk. it's a pretty positive thing to be considered a quirk.
Zoro's
trying to
quirky.
see
He's
if I
not
have-
like
Not like the
He's not
other
like other
pirate
heroes.
hunters.
3 swords.
I don't know if I
quirky and
have
different.
any other like big notes.
What did you think of his backstory? Or the part of the backstory that we get with
okay. So I thought that
Okay.
was really interesting with the let me think with the okay, so he meets the chick or whatever, and the chick
Trains with the
is
chick,
like
yeah.
the daughter
Kuina?
of
Karina,
yeah, and she's the daughter of the
teacher.
person who taught them
Sword.
fighting stuff. And so then like they start like dueling at the end, 1-on-1, and like she beats him, and then they're like, we're gonna like fight, but like not really. And like I thought that was really interesting. Like I wanted to see more of her character and like more of their dynamic. I like the way that it was set up. And I also
died.
thought that like wait, I don't know what you said because I didn't
I
hear
said,
you.
well, she dies.
Well, I kind of just want to know more about like Zoro's past and like his relationship with other people.
Like 900 chapters later.
Damn.
Not
Wait.
gonna lie. Yeah, I haven't even read it yet. But it happens in like Wano, I've been told.
Oh, okay. I'm not even there yet.
Anyway, I'm not there
I
yet.
dropped off at Whole Cake. I haven't
So
kept up
I
in
want to
a while.
hear. I have some like comments about his backstory, but I want to hear. Do you have any other thoughts about Zoro and his introduction and such before I pass it to Jordan?
I think that's mostly it. I may like jump in again at some point, but
That's perfect.
With Corbin Blue?
Jump in,
That's a great movie.
dude. Jump in
It's
straight.
so-
Pete.
it's
Dude,
so
you haven't
much
seen
fun.
Jump In featuring Corbin Blue?
Dude, it's
Starring Corbin Blue. bitch.
Starring
What are you
Corbin
talking
Blue,
about?
featuring Kiki Palmer.
It's, no!
and Kiki goddamn Palmer.
Oh,
Queen.
you're right. She's in
Absolute
Kiki Palmer
legend.
isn't that?
Eventual.
But anyways, yeah,
Um,
that's the main ideas,
Jordan.
thoughts.
Thiggity thoughts.
Sorry. Okay. So another thing about the manga as a medium. All right. So Joseph, do you ever wonder why so deeply I love being your editor?
Why is that?
Because I love making sure people can read things and not think the writing is like straight dumbassery. Because sometimes the typos threw me completely off. And it's not like...
That might have just been where you were reading it. There's no
Really?
typos in the actual book.
Yeah,
volume?
this is probably the
Really?
translator. It was
Hey,
probably
I
the
don't think
unofficial
that's
translation.
definitely not manga as a
Yeah,
medium.
okay.
There's different translations
Right,
from different places.
I can tell because literally in this one website where I read, there were some translation differences that were inconsistent. For example, this little girl calls what was her fucking name again?
I don't know.
Okay,
Rika?
Who? Rika?
Yeah.
Or Makino?
I think her name was Rika. And the only reason why I know is because there's a character named Rika in Mystic Messenger. Anyways.
So
Oh god, you play Mystic Messenger.
We're not gonna talk-
so did my sister. But
I
yeah,
don't want to talk about that.
so
podcast of a dude. You haven't played
no,
Mystic Messenger.
no,
Oh boy.
No.
Oh boy.
no. Anyways, so yeah, so literally with across chapters 4 and 5, there was a translation inconsistency because this little girl calls Zoro brother in chapter 4. Immediately in chapter 5, it's Oni-chan. So like what they didn't keep that consistent, and it kind of bothered me because it said brother, translation note. She says it out of respect, not because they're blood related. Not literally, but like it says it out of respect. And that can be
Yeah,
assumed
she
it's not
calls
out
him
of-
brother in the translation.
Yeah.
that you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, the
translation
translation that I read, I guess. But like that's why I sent you the app, because that I assumed if we all used the one that I sent, we would all have the same translation.
I literally
That was
thought
like
I
the
was
point.
using the one that you said.
Aiden.
But
I know,
it's
Lizzie,
fine.
that's weird.
Aiden?
That's so weird.
My attention span
yes.
is even worse if I try to read on my phone. My attention span was
I mean, that's
best.
fine.
My attention
I'm
span-
just letting you know that like that's not necessarily the medium's fault. It's more so just you got an unfortunate translation.
Thank
It
God.
happens sometimes.
Right. Thank God, because
My translation also had the same thing with the brother Oni-chan thing, but like that was it. Everything else was fine.
Yeah, I read the book, so it didn't. I did go back and look at it on the app though too. I don't think mine had that though. But other than that, Jordan, other than about like the story itself and Zoro and
my attention
Stuff
span was the best. I was interrupted, so I'm just gonna finish that thought. My attention span was on the was the best when I was on my laptop reading on the bed. The chapters 3 and 4 I read on the bed, and I got and my ASGTBOMC count was at 0 both times.
what the fuck was that?
Attention span.
I don't know what that is.
Attention span getting the better of me count. I told you at the beginning of the episode.
Oh,
Okay.
well, I didn't know there was an
Foxy, hold
acronym.
on.
Anyways, yes.
I'm gonna buy Joseph a pair of fucking wireless headphones.
He
This
has
man.
AirPods.
buy him a lock on the fucking door.
Did
Buy
you
him
just censor your own fuck? Did you just say fucking?
Sometimes that happens naturally. Buy him a large red neon sign that says "Recording now." Please do not.
No, that was
disturb.
my dog. She wanted to
I know.
leave.
I said I was gonna get you a pair of wireless headphones for every time you get up.
Wait, that's a
and then
present. You can't get him
Jordan said to
presents.
get you. Well, I could buy it for him, not on an occasion. What do you mean? I do buy him presents. They're just still in the mail, Jordan.
Oh,
Yeah.
Good point.
Come on.
Okay.
Same with
so,
Joseph's presents to me. They're in the mail.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's see. So the corny shonen lines read so poorly without voice acting. IMO. Quote directly from Lieutenant Morgan. Rank is the most important thing in the world for exclamation points. I'm like, can you imagine my face when I just read that? I'm just like,
I mean, I think that was just your translations, like writing as well.
really?
I mean, not that line, but those exclamation points. I don't remember exactly,
Four
but I mean,
exclamation points. I literally wrote it down.
I guess if his voice sounds like that in your head, probably. But to me, it was more like rank is the most important thing in the world.
That sounds a lot better.
Like it
because
was more like a.
when I read
yeah.
4 exclamation points, I thought of, I don't know if you saw, if I sent you that video. Then maybe you shouldn't be living here. That's a great video. I'll send you guys later.
I don't know what that
That's
is.
a great video. But yeah, when I read multiple exclamation points, I kind of read it like that, and then took me out of it. I lost interest in the character.
That's
okay,
unfortunate.
so
But what about the like story?
Zoro's backstory? Yes, fell down the stairs and died. I'm assuming that is not actually how she died, and I will concede that that's a possibility. But it's just like when you're reading it for the first. It's like when you're reading it and you're not, and you don't, and you kind of don't, and you think about it like you're not assuming that there was more to it. I will let myself assume that there was more to it because that would be better writing. But if it's fell down the stairs and died, I'm told that this character is strong enough to always beat Zoro. So, and Zoro can beat everyone else in the class, including adults. So if you're telling me that this girl who's strong enough to beat Zoro fell down the stairs to die, how could she possibly have the balance as a swordsman to fight?
I'm really glad you have that exact thought. So they don't. It's not talked about at all, ever, at least yet. But a really big theory that I like play into is that I think Kuina killed herself. So when you think about it, she and Zoro had literally made the pact that one of them was going to be the greatest swordsman the night before.
Right.
And she just had the realization that she,
Could
as
never.
a girl, could never be as strong as him physically. And for someone who like is a swordsman, that is their life and their blood. That is like a heartbreaking and like life-stopping thing. And so a lot of people think that Kuina killed herself because she realized she could never be the greatest swordsman, and so Zoro would have to continue that pact.
I just thought.
So that's
the
what I think
greatest-
happened. Because
Sorry. Finish your
What?
thought. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
I mean that's really it. I that's like a big thing because Oda's a really good writer. story wise, like, and when you and I think it comes from reading more and seeing more of One Piece, that her just dying from falling down the stairs
Yeah, piece of
seems
shit.
really really dumb.
Mhm.
And even if he doesn't confirm it, I think that is what happened.
Mhm.
Which is kind of dark, and
I'll-
I like
yeah, I'll
thought
concede
that
that's
the
good
first
theory
time I
fodder.
read it too.
Mhm.
Which was awesome. What about like Zoro's entrance into the fight and shit? And any
Wait,
thoughts on him?
I have thoughts on backstory.
Oh, well then speak, baby.
Well, okay, I just found it interesting because again, like when I first watched One Piece, I was watching the anime, and his backstory is like a couple pages like in the middle of like the fight.
Mhm.
In the anime, they sort of segment that out and they give it its own episode, and so they expand it a little more because it's like 2 pages. They can't make 2 pages an episode. They like draw it out for like a whole episode, and I found that interesting because like in that episode they sort of like, I mean, I guess technically it wouldn't be canon because it is like a little bit filler at that point. But like in that episode they like elaborate on him like trying to like get stronger by using more swords, and that's why he uses more swords. I don't know if Oda has written anything that contradicts that.
So I thought that I mean, I think that is right. I think he says that later, like just like to Luffy. I don't know why. I just know he uses the third sword because it was Kuina's sword.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's specifically why he does the 3-sword style. I just know that's
That's a
what
spoiler.
his third white sword. No, it's not. That
I
it's
didn't know.
it shows you that he uses her sword. It's like very much the same sword.
Maybe I didn't catch it because I'm blind. Because
Probably.
because manga as a medium is monochromatic, so I couldn't tell based on just patterns.
Read it in color.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I just found that interesting. I mean, a lot of my observations are gonna be like manga versus anime because like
yeah.
I watched the anime, which is unfortunate. I really wish the One Piece anime was good because if it was good, it'd be so good. But it's not.
I've been told it's good now, but
Is
I
it?
absolutely hate it. Like I don't know when it started getting good. I'm told it gets good around like Water 7.
There's so much. I don't know.
That's
If
I don't want to
agree
watch
with
it.
that.
I've read it. I've read it, and the manga stays incredible pretty much throughout, which is like the manga only gets better. The manga never like goes backwards in quality, which is one of the biggest things I love about One Piece. Is like it just keeps getting more oomph.
My issue with the anime is just like, first of all, like the animation quality is not incredible. Like what is it? What's the studio that does it? I forget what the studio is, but like it's notorious for like less less than stellar like animation. Like is it Toei Animation? Like the same people who do Sailor
I
Moon.
don't know. And
Yeah, I don't know. Animation's not great, and then
JPEG.
they like screw with the pacing like a ton. Like they like draw stuff out that does not need to be drawn out, and it's
Aiden, you're lagging.
anime is not that great.
Lizzy, you're lagging.
Read One Piece, don't watch it. Maybe some of the movies might be good. I actually haven't watched the movies. I watched One Piece Film Gold, which was all right, but like I mean, it's not incredible.
I remember you invited me to see a One Piece movie with you. I'm just like, me?
I think I saw it with Nick.
Yeah. Mm.
But yeah, those were all my thoughts on that. That kind of went on a tangent. Go on.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
It's telling me that Discord can't hear my mic. Oh, now it can. Okay.
I got the
okay,
same
cool.
notification.
Whatever.
Before, and then
your
it
internet
That's
just
so
sucks,
weird.
man.
worked.
Craig is
Internet's
messing with the
broken.
internet, man.
Craig's pissed at me now.
Well, it's like Craig already screwed with you, so like, why would you not be upset? And
I guess.
okay. So
yes. So
where
yes,
was I
Jordan.
going with that? I don't remember what I was thinking about. Anyways, no, let's move on.
okay. Yeah, let's just go into the end of the last couple chapters. What did we think about Nami, about like Kobe becoming the whole scene of Luffy making Kobe a Marine
Oh.
or Navy man essentially.
Wait, I remember. I have a closing thought about the Zoro beginnings or whatever. Closing thought. I'm imagining the reality of attempting to talk with a katana hilt in your mouth. And,
I saw. Yeah.
Yeah, and the anime doesn't
He's
really...
trained for years.
Yeah, but when I'm watching the anime, I didn't really feel... When I was watching the anime, I didn't really feel like it was hindered at all. It was more like, yeah, it's like this, and it's kind of okay, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you can still understand me, but it's like this anyway. But, so... Anyways, that's just a little closing thought. That's not like a big deal. Anyways, yeah.
I also had a closing thought.
Yeah.
Thought. I just because like in the first few like chapters, especially like the first volume, since I think Luffy is the only character with a devil fruit power in the first volume.
Mhm.
It's just funny because like every time they find out he's made of rubber, they're like, "Holy crap, this guy has eaten a devil fruit!" Like it's mind blowing, and then like the more you get into it, like that's not a big deal anymore.
No, well, it's because the East Blue is like the calmest part of the entire planet.
Yeah, no, I
The
just
East
found that
Blue
funny.
is it is. It starts off like a devil fruit is like rare.
Yeah, and then by like definitely by freaking when you get to the Grand Line, like every other character has one. So that was just a fun.
They're handing them out like keyblades.
I mean, I just like that. But like they explain, like devil fruits are only rare outside the Grand Line because that's kind of where they come from. Like, it's a whole thing. But oh man, what was I gonna say? I forgot.
Classic.
Sorry. Yeah, Lizzy and Jordan, closing thoughts on the chapters.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, I'll start off with saying, like, throughout the chapters, I was wondering if Kobe was like in the main team or no. Like,
Unfortunately, no.
Nopers.
He does come back quite a few times.
He was like, that was on my mind because I was just like, he's obviously here. He's adventuring with Luffy. Like, are they gonna vibe forever, or is this just gonna be like a short little vacay? And so once they get to like the place that they're at, where they have the Marines, which by the way, I think that was my favorite part about like the end part. Were the Marines like loving that they killed their leader and then like saluting them, and then like they all like when Zoro and Luffy leave, the Marines are like goodbye honorably or whatever, and then like they're just like, we're Marines and we just like sent off pirates, we have to go all execute
no dinner for a week. No dinner for a week.
That was iconic. I kind of love that.
It's so funny.
But yeah, I liked that whole situation, and I kind of liked Kobe not going off with Luffy and Zoro.
Go off. Sorry,
like,
go on.
I don't know, like, I obviously don't know what's gonna happen. Like, you know, I've only read these 8 chapters, so like I don't know what comes next, kind of thing. But going off of literally only these 8 chapters, I thought that like Kobe's little storyline was like kind of like tied up nicely here, so I kind of liked it. And then I liked him like and Zoro just like vibing off together, and Nami was really interesting. I feel like I wasn't introduced to her enough to have like a really deep opinion of her, but I was intrigued. I wanted to know more. She seemed pretty cool. Yeah,
I love Nami.
Those are my thoughts.
Sorry, go
on. Jordan, that's you now.
All right, I have since again, it's a shonen story. It's a shonen story. You're forming your main cast. It's a shonen story. My only like real thought that I had, literally the only real thought I had from chapters 7 and 8, was okay. So the moment where they're sending the gang off, and then they're like, oh, Kobe, weren't you with them? Don't you know that you were with Jesus the Nazarene what? Oh no! Before the cock crows, you will deny him 3 times. But
What?
I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry.
What are you-
You guys didn't think of that when Kobe was.
I did
No,
not think that at all.
because Luffy wants him to like Luffy on purpose starts that fight so that the Marines don't think he's with him.
No. That was just a joke. I was getting to the real meat of what I'm saying here. That's not
I did
not at
not
all.
think of
That was
that.
just a joke. Anyways, so
I was like, what?
so literally the reason why he serves Albedo for 2 years is because he's a pushover. So
Yes.
So when they go, it took him 2 full years of bullying and suffering and all that and Luffy inspiration, Lufic inspiration. I'm gonna call it because it's a shonen. It took Lufic inspiration in 2 years for him to snap at Albedo and be like, this bitch, which was
Would have
epic.
killed him if Luffy wasn't there.
Right.
Like,
Right.
he didn't have the opportunity to break free.
Right. But what do you call it? So how is it, in spite of that? So how is it that he was so quickly inclined to like full on punch Luffy after having formed a friendship and trust with him? He fully inclined to
Lufic
punch and not
inspiration.
just shout at him, not just like shout at him.
Because if Luffy kept talking, he wouldn't have been able to join the Marines, and that's his dream. And Luffy was telling him to go for his dreams. And I think part of Kobe understood that instinctually, and he like thinks about it afterwards. It's just an instinct kind of thing. It's a power. It was a very powerful moment for me because like you can see what's going on,
And
and
I think
I really like.
I think that's to like show like the influence Luffy has had on Kobe, because like Luffy's like, don't let people get in the way of your dreams. Like if you like, I'm gonna be the pirate king if it kills me, and like he's encouraging Kobe to like go about like what.
I hate you, Aiden. I hate you. You are too far from your mic. It didn't pick up what you just said. But
I can twizzle my mustache.
I'm disabling your video. No.
Anyways,
No, you can't disable my video.
as I was saying, I think it like shows like Luffy's influence on Kobe, because like Luffy was like yo, your dreams and whatever, and then
Please
that was
stop,
like
Aiden.
Kobe like crap, what was I saying? Kobe punching him like showed that he's no longer like the same pushover that he was 8 chapters ago, or like 7 chapters ago.
Fair.
I agree.
Fair. Because when I'm reading that in the moment, I'm just like, this kid's a pushover. How is he already? So I guess he's Luffy.
I think a big part of One Piece is like when you read it's I guess you got to really be into it, and then also like paying attention to like lines and like panels. Because
yes.
if you miss it, it's gonna be weird.
Yes, with my attention span. That's great. That's epic.
Yeah. Do you have any other thoughts on that, Jordan?
There are my thoughts on 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
I love nothing else other than I'm reading a shonen story. Great, epic. Thank you.
I feel like that's a much larger generalization about it though. Like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of shonen start off with like the sad, lonely pro tag.
Not Kirito?
Who like?
I mean, not Sao.
What? Kirito's lonely.
He's
as
sad and
shit.
lonely.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's
I don't
sad
know.
and lonely.
Was he
Emo
sad?
Gamer
as
boy.
hell.
Was he sad?
Kirito's a little emo gamer boy who has like nothing but video games, and then he goes off on his own to play video games to the death.
Yeah.
And then he loses
I would
everyone
argue-
along the way.
Except
yeah,
the
I
Terran.
would argue that Kirito doesn't become a little bit less emo until like Asuna becomes like
Asuna. Asuna! As soon as you say Asuna. Sorry. Go on.
How do you say her name?
Asuna.
It is
Asuna.
awesome.
Asuna.
I'm sorry.
Asuna. Sorry. Did you read it?
Fight me.
Zatara.
It's okay.
I'm a Zatara shipper.
It's okay.
You
Fight
good,
me.
Lizzie? You good?
I turned off my camera because I was so mad.
I mean, also like One Piece is the shonen that created like
Right.
what shonen is today. Also,
Again,
like
right.
when you, but also I don't know. It to me, One Piece feels so non-generic because it is the thing that started the popularity of shonen. Like generally, One Piece outsold the Bible recently. Like
You said this like
it's-
3 podcasts.
I
now.
know,
I think it was
and
last
because
podcast.
it's something that astounds me.
I would also argue that 8 chapters is not going to prove that.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah,
Right,
no,
exactly.
Definitely.
That's the
not.
point. You told me to read 8 chapters. Yes, it was short. And yes, I felt it was short overall. And thank you for that because I was busy. But at the same time,
I know you told me to keep it short. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's just but at the same time I can't think any of those things you're thinking without going farther.
That's fair. That's very fair. I agree.
Like I can't judge Voltron by
yeah.
season 1. If I judge Voltron by season 1, it's absolute dog shit.
Agreed.
I thought it was pretty neat, Lizzie.
I was going to help out Aiden here.
It's not
know if I want to.
absolute dog shit. It's not It's not great. It
I
is.
enjoyed
I gave it
it.
like a C. I gave it like a C rating. I enjoyed it. There was parts I thoroughly didn't enjoy, but there was also parts I did enjoy. Besides the point, irrelevant. What were you gonna say?
I give it a D+.
I was
But
gonna
anyways,
say, like, even what I said at the very beginning is like generally how I feel about it. Like, I read 8 chapters, and like, I can say that I had opinions on those 8 chapters, I suppose, but I don't feel good about like having opinions
Exactly.
on 8 chapters,
Right.
Because,
Yeah.
like it was very much a setup, and I feel like I was like by the end I was into the style. I was in like by the end of the last couple chapters I was like, okay, this is interesting. I really liked Zoro, so I really wanted to see especially like where his storyline went, and like I wanted to learn more about him as a character especially. And like at that point I started getting really invested. But in just 8 chapters, like I couldn't necessarily just be like, yo, this is a manga that I love. But I
Yeah.
do think that it set itself up really well for being able to be a very interesting storyline and having having depth. And like Joseph said earlier, like the stakes aren't high in the beginning. And like
Mhm.
I could see that. Like I could see that like
Yeah.
the stakes like
exactly.
aren't high yet, but that they could
Yeah.
be.
Right.
And like that's why I was interested in it. And like by the 8th chapter I was like, yo, kind of cool. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Dude,
Very
I'm-
fair. I sometimes forget because of how vast and like much it is and how much of it I've read. That when I first read it, I think I went through the first like 5 volumes in a day. Like it's
Yeah.
definitely a story that is like
Mhm.
looking at just these like, and obviously I wanted to give you guys more than 8 chapters.
No
It's
shit.
just
Yeah,
unreasonable.
but paper.
But I understand
Papers.
where you're coming from now, also because I'm biased going back and reading it and seeing the extra bits of it too was a really big thing for me to be like, oh wow, I didn't like notice that. That's crazy. Like, so I do understand where that view comes from, and I
Yeah.
hope I can make you read more later.
Yeah, I literally cannot tell you if I like or dislike One Piece from this. I absolutely cannot. And I will agree. Judging by the fact that I dropped One Piece at episode 16, the anime is terrible. But at least it starts out
Agreed.
terrible. But cuz the entire time I was reading this, I'm like, okay, it's okay. Yeah, okay. I don't know what else to say, right? And then so the entire time I was reading this, I was thinking, at what point, what's the point of no return? At what point do I just be like, I have to keep going,
yeah.
I have to keep going? But because I felt that way with the Percy Jackson series, you know what I mean? But when I started,
No, I was in love with the first book.
I don't know if I mentioned it on the podcast, but I did tell the gang. I started with 3, read 4, then
don't
5,
know
and
how
then
you
2.
did that.
Don't ask me, but I still
Whack.
but
How
I
Whack.
does one
Absolutely
do that?
whack,
Like, how
but
does
I
one
did
not
it.
start with the
The
lightning
third
round?
one is
Like,
the worst one.
But
Which
guess
one?
what? But guess what? I read Battle of the Labyrinth
Titan's
anyway.
I don't don't understand. I don't get it, Jordan.
Ask 8-year-old
I don't
me,
either.
okay? Or 10-year-old. 8, 9, 10, something.
Weird ass.
Exactly. Ask him. But and literally, I skipped, and it's like like Magic Treehouse. If you want another example, I skipped all of the original stuff. Went straight to the Merlin missions. That is fire. The Merlin missions are absolute heat.
I don't know if I've ever got to the Merlin mission.
The Merlin, when you're 10-year-old, 11-year-old me, the Merlin missions are straight heat. It's like, I couldn't stop, you know? There was, like I said, yeah, basically my point is, where's the point of no return? And I'm interested to see if there even is a point of no return for me. Because same with Boku no Hero. I only watched it, didn't read it. When I was watching it, I usually give anime a 3-episode rule. If I don't like it by 3 episodes, I will drop it. And I realized with Boku no Hero,
Soon. That's pretty soon, depending on some shows.
it's usually helped. Actually, it's usually worked. Because there are very few shows I've dropped. To be fair.
Yeah, you tend to like.
Yeah, exactly. So, after 3 episodes with Boku no Hero, I didn't like it at all. But I kept going anyway, and then I got to season 2, and I loved it. I thoroughly enjoyed season 2. And then I got
Season 3 is the worst season, and then season 4 is better than any other season. Like, Jordan, I cannot stress to you enough. I think you should suffer through season 3 just to get to season 4 because it's awesome.
Remind me what happened in season 3.
I also haven't seen.
Remind me like the arc, like what's in, like the general what's going on.
The training in the woods.
Oh yeah, I didn't remember that very well. I read Boku no Hero though, so.
But Midoriya gets kicked in the balls by a child, so I did like that part.
I remember that.
That's the only good part of season 3.
Yeah.
Right.
Nut kick. And then he's like, "Why have you done this to Midoriya's balls?" And it's just the best scene. Anyway,
Yeah, so
Joseph, thoughts on the?
I wasn't done.
Oh, sorry.
So
sorry,
I'm
Joseph.
kind
Go
of-
ahead.
So I I'm like partial weeb. I'm not quite weeb these days. I'm more co-weeb, but I'm not quite weeb these days. And I'm like one of those weebs where you're where I'm so hesitant to find the point of no return with One Piece because there's just so much good anime out there that I'd rather check those out before finding the point of no return with One Piece and then just going and going, stuck in a hedonic treadmill of reading One Piece because you just can't get enough of it and you just want more and more,
It's an addiction.
Right.
It's a good addiction.
Right. I'm of the opinion where I'd rather watch multiple pretty good shows than find the point of no return with One Piece. And that's why I've been so hesitant to start. I don't mind that we did it for the podcast, but again, this wasn't enough time for me to find the point of no return. Because I get it. If it were up to you...
Yeah, I agree entirely.
Yeah, if it were up to you, like, if it were completely up to you, any amount of time, where would you tell us to stop?
Probably... Like, realistically, I would have you go through,
Go through some shit.
Syrup Village, which is the Usopp arc.
Yeah.
That anime arc was
Usopp.
so bad. Sorry, I stopped at that one in the anime. Anyways,
What? You like
Realistically-
Usopp?
I
But,
don't like Usopp.
Like,
No.
where the point
love
of no
Usopp.
return lies is the Along Park arc. I cannot
Yeah.
describe how good it is and how, like, after watching this, like, small crew get to this point and seeing, like, the real shit, like, go down for the first time is just awesome. And it's done so well, and it's emotion. I cried. It was the first time I cried reading One Piece.
How far is that?
It's volume 10. I could not tell you the exact chapter.
Oh,
I know.
oh.
It's only
I mean,
volume
think
10,
of how
isn't it?
think of how fast it took you to read the first volume. Like
Wait,
really,
was this the
not that?
first volume? This was the whole
Yes,
first volume.
no. This is 8 chapters.
Oh, wait a second. That's like 2 hours, 3 hours.
Yeah, no. That's why I had you read 1 through 8. This is the whole first volume.
Huh.
Yeah. Do you see
Don't
what I mean?
tempt me. Don't tempt me now. Stop right there.
Anyway, yeah.
Stop right there. Don't tempt me to keep going.
Would recommend. Keep going.
Stop.
Don't keep going because I might just have us keep going for another episode sometime.
What? I hate you're keeping me like
You literally
this.
just said don't tempt me to keep going.
But at the same time, like, I want the freedom.
Fuck your freedom.
True.
With Luffy.
Agreed.
I live in an Asian household. What kind of freedoms do you think I have, bro?
I like that, Lizzy.
Thank you.
Joseph, all right, we got to start wrapping up. So, Joseph, what were your thoughts on these last couple chapters?
I mean, yeah, there wasn't anything like terribly interesting. I mean, like the last chapter kind of ends on like a pseudo cliffhanger. Like it introduces Nami and like
Yeah.
we're beginning to get into this conflict, but nothing like has really happened yet. It teases Buggy, who I kind of love Buggy, kind of hate Buggy, but we'll get into that, I guess, when we get there.
Buggy so much. I want Buggy to find the One Piece so bad.
But yeah, it was fun to go back to these chapters just because like it's so different almost because of like how far like it ends up going. Like right now it's just kind of like lower stakes, like fun, like
Jordan, too much clickety clack.
These are red switches. What the hell? Red switches are clickety
Clickety
clack.
clack. Clickety clack.
Be happy that I got rid of my razor greens. Okay, that shit is loud. Anyways, go on.
There was a quote from Luffy that I like in the last chapter, like him and Zoro are just kind of on a boat, like drifting, and then like Zoro's like a pirate shouldn't like be drifting, or something, and then it like jokes about like Zoro's like terrible sense of direction, which becomes like a reoccurring gag, which I love. Yeah. But then Luffy says drifting has worked pretty well for me, and I'm like, yeah, that sums up Luffy pretty much. He's just kind of going.
Yep, he's just going, and it works.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I don't have a whole lot of thoughts.
Are you sure? Wait, Aiden, are you sure you want to do another episode?
No, I haven't. Not right this second. Like I just thinking about it. Why?
I'm just wondering.
I'm just thinking about it later.
We can discuss this later.
But yeah, I mean, first volume, not.
Ow.
It's not like the stakes aren't like that high, and like,
yeah,
it's not really the meat and potatoes of One Piece. We're just kind of like getting to know the characters, and stuff, which I like. I enjoy these early adventures a lot.
Yeah, like loved going back to read it. There was some really great like comedic moments and just moments. That, like,
I love the
like
gags
touch
so
on.
much.
I love when Morgan is like, I won't tolerate defeatists in my outfit. Fire on my mark, and they all fucking shoot themselves. And Luffy's like, why don't you Craig, you bastard! That was Craig's fault.
Everything's Craig's
I don't know.
fault
My
now.
laptop fell over. It's Craig's fault.
Hashtag blame
And
Craig.
Luffy's like, I'm your enemy. Try to kill me, but that was just like so fucked up. But my favorite moment in this like entire thing is when it's tied, but they're both Zoro moments. Is fucking when Zoro stops everyone with all three of his swords, and he goes the first one to move dies, and he has them all standing there the entire time. Him and Luffy are like talking, like he's just holding his swords against theirs, talking to Luffy. And I just like.
Moment? Why don't I remember that?
That's the iconic Zoro. That's like the pose. That's like the Zoro pose.
It's literally
the
he's
pose.
in
the first ones.
The pose.
And
I know,
he
but that whole
literally
moment,
says the first one to move dies, and then just him and Luffy have a conversation while they're all like terrified, and he's like holding them there. I love that shit. And then also like the moment between Luffy and Zoro when Luffy punches Helmeppo to save I almost said Kobe.
Cody.
And
What
then
about
Zoro,
Zach? Did Zach make
just
it?
like full balls to the walls, trusts Zoro, who he barely knows, to stop Morgan, and he does, and he calls him Captain, and you're like, oh, nut. And then also when the pirates try to take Zoro over when he's rowing to find Luffy, and just like the next panel they're rowing for him.
I like the humor in One Piece a lot. There's a lot of gags that I really enjoy.
There are, yeah, it's pretty gaggy and
early
everything.
One Piece, dude. The One Piece humor from now until they get to the Grand Line is just so peak. Like I can't.
I feel
just gets
like
better.
the humor
It's so
continues in like throughout the series. Like the
It
humor's still
does.
there. The stakes are higher, and it's like a lot more like like
Yeah.
everyone's more powerful and stuff. So like maybe that detracts from like the lighter tone.
That's true.
But the humor's still present.
Where I'm at right now, there has not been a light tone for a while.
Well, there are moments where like the
Yeah.
gags kind of take a back seat for a
But
bit.
yes, there are a lot of gags, and they
Oh
are
my
great.
God. Oh my god. I'm thinking the way you guys are just talking about it, I've what do you call it?
Jordan, there's a reason it's my favorite book ever. I love One Piece more than anything I've ever read. I've never been so encapsulated by something and wanted to just like know everything about a thing.
Not at all where I was going with what I was saying until you interrupted me.
well,
Not
I'm
at
sorry.
all where I was going. But the
I'm
way you guys are
sorry.
talking about the way the humor goes, I don't know if you guys have seen this awful show called Shuffle. That is a shit.
Not.
That is an absolutely terrible show. Do not watch it. It's not like School Days kind of bad, but it's like how do I describe it? It's like early 2000s anime lighthearted harem comedy, right? But
Okay.
but then it's like in the middle, it's just like all Aiden.
Yes.
Okay, all the lighthearted humor just stops for this very serious thing, and you're not laughing, and then it's just back. And then it stops again, and it's like, what?
Well, it's not like that.
I know the way you're describing it
not
made
that.
me think of that, dude. Shuffle. Okay, for the people at home, if you have, please tell me in the comments. Please, like DM me on Twitter. Let's talk about how bad this show is. It is okay.
Alright, we gotta so I want, starting with Lizzy, Jordan, Joseph, and me, I want everyone's favorite moment, least favorite moment, and how many how many falling down the stairs out of 10?
Whoa!
Is that really what we're?
How many
making?
stairs have we fallen?
There's so
out of
many
10?
things you
How
can make it.
many
and it's
stairs have you fallen
the
down out of
stairs.
10? How many stairs have you fallen down
What
out of
if we made jokes about Aang, the fact that Aang has no parents?
Fucking idiot with no parents.
with no
Dumbass. Bruce Wayne looking ass. Heck. Alright,
Lizzy,
Lizzy,
please.
go.
Lizzy, please.
Okay. I guess it's hard to like pick a favorite moment, but like I guess I could say that I have two. I really like Rika giving him the
Yep, balls.
rice ball thing, and like him saying that he like they were good or whatever. I like that bit, and I like him with the 3 swords. Like I like the bit where he goes into the place, Luffy, and he's like 3 swords, and then he's like, I'm just gonna take all of them, and then they're like all his. I liked that. Those are like really small little bits, but like it was only 8 chapters, so like those were the things that like made me like smile the most while reading. Like I genuinely like those little bits. Least favorite bit, is that another question that you said, or did I make that up? Yes. Okay.
No, that is what we do. Hey, welcome to the Dude You Haven't podcast. I know this is your first time. But typically at the end when we rate things, we tend to do our
Listen,
favorite
you don't
part,
have to roast
our
me.
least favorite part, and then we
I
rate
never
it
go
something.
first.
Wait
out
a
of 10.
second. We didn't even have an
never
intro.
gone
We didn't
first.
have an intro at the beginning of this episode where Joseph
Oh,
or
crap,
Aiden
you're
said,
right.
"Welcome to the
Hi
beginning
guys,
of."
welcome to the Dude You Haven't podcast. Today
this
we're doing
episode-
One Piece.
Yes, also on this
Oh,
episode.
yeah.
First
Fe-
volume.
Featured on this episode is the same old gang.
Despite
It's
the fact that
Aiden,
I'm wearing the
woo.
shirt, Aiden suggested
Wait,
the
guys,
topic.
let's do intros. Hi, I'm Aiden. We have over here is
Jordan. Below me is
down here.
Oh wait,
is,
down that way is.
I'm Joseph. Hi.
And then over
then
here
over there
is.
Lizzy, hi.
Whoa!
Okay.
Hi, welcome to the Dude You Haven't podcast. Hey, so what did you guys think of the first chapter of One Piece?
Yeah, so,
It sucked.
dude, it's actually like really bad. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways,
Okay, my least favorite moment. I feel like this is really unfair to say, but I'm just gonna say it because, like, out of what I read, like, I don't know, it just the first like chapter, I just had the hardest time like getting into, but I can totally see myself like going back and really enjoying it. But like, I don't have a negative opinion of the first chapter. I just
Sorry, I was doing that because I saw something on my nose, and I was like, I apologize. That wasn't to fuck with you, Lizzy.
no, it's fine.
What if we all
it's
just
not
did it
like
from here?
it's not like
Hi.
This is the
Welcome to
podcast.
Did You Have
now.
a podcast?
Hi, welcome to the Dude Draft podcast.
I hate this.
We keep
I hate
interrupting Lizzy.
everything.
Lizzy, go on.
No, it's fine. But yeah, I feel like that's really unfair to say. But like just going off of like a
Going
general opinion,
off!
I
Sorry, go
disliked it. I genuinely didn't dislike it. It just like it stood out to me the least because I was getting into it and I was confused by it. Well, I guess overwhelmed would be no. My least favorite part was the fact that I read it in color. Anyways, because that actually genuinely did bother me. Okay, and then writing's really hard for this because, like I said, like it's only
The first
8 chapters, and like I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I don't know if I can like really rate it higher than like 6.57, just because like I need more to like actually
That's
like
very fair.
like
How you're
like,
feeling,
I
Lizzy,
like-
is how I felt about Voltron. Know this feeling, harness this feeling, and step into my shoes about Voltron.
I think I liked this more than you liked Voltron. A
No,
lot
of
more
course,
than you liked
naturally. Naturally. You didn't rip into it like I ripped into Voltron.
I just feel like, you know, I need more. But like I
Yeah,
want
I agree.
more. I
More,
just
more,
need
more, and
I'm glad
more.
you want more. You know,
Yeah.
Usher says if you really want more, scream it out louder.
I don't know which song you're referencing.
So I'm
but...
gonna go with 6.7.
Scream by Usher.
Yeah. If you want
I'm
to
gonna say
scream,
that my rating
yeah.
is 6.7. Times that I've fallen down the stairs. The 0.7
How
times.
many?
is, like,
How?
I didn't
It's
fall
how
down
many
all the
stairs you've fallen
Yeah,
down.
I was about to ask. How do you fall down
Exactly.
6.7 stairs?
Well, she started tripping a fourth of the way through the first stair.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Makes
basically.
sense.
Yeah, basically.
If you really want more, scream it out louder. It's an
Okay,
Usher song.
Jordan.
Fuck you guys. Jordan, go.
So, favorite moment. God. I don't know, man. Not much happened. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. These type of chapters, not much happened. I mean, I did enjoy the humor. I did enjoy the humor, no doubt. So I guess I'll just roll with that.
But like no moments stuck out to you?
Dude, I don't know what to tell you. I'm blanking. If that's any signature. Oh, here's one humorous moment. I liked that the first shot of Zoro is long ass legs. That's epic. Long ass legs spread wide open when he's on that post right there. That's kind of epic. Least favorite moment that we're filming a podcast episode based on 8 chapters. That's the least favorite moment.
Okay, I need to point out real fucking quick to everybody that Jordan gave me
I
so
know.
much fucking shit.
I
No.
know. I
Jordan
know.
gave me so much shit about 8 chapters being too long. He complained so much about having to read it, and now it's not enough, and I'm sad. You're good now.
Aiden, how...
Come
okay,
back.
so you recognize that Okay.
I know you were busy, Jordan. We gotta wrap up.
I feel like you're not being fair about why I was worried about this.
I know you were busy. I'm not actually giving you shit. I'm just...
Excuse me for not sensing that. So again, I can't possibly... Okay, so for the people at home, I have no social cues and I'm socially inept. But yeah, so back on the show, I literally cannot give this show a rating, or this manga a rating. I cannot give you a rating. I refuse to give you a rating. I did not even look at the stairs. I will just say that right now.
Damn, you did not even walk down the staircase. That's
No.
kind of sad.
I absolutely refuse to give it a rating.
Okay, let me just say, like, before Aiden had said that it was I have a pen. Before Aiden had said that it was the full, like, what is it called?
Arc?
Volume.
No, volume, yeah.
Oh.
Before Aiden had said it was the full volume, I was also very, very hesitant about giving it a rating because I was like, I at least want to finish like a volume. But like, I decided to give it a rating simply. I mean, this is just me, but like, I decided to give it a rating simply because, like, if I picked that up in like a manga store or like a comic book store, and
Barnes
I
and
like,
Noble.
or yeah,
Yeah,
like if I like
ends with wanna
bought
team
it,
up with me.
if I bought this and I took it home and I read it, and just the fact that it's above a 5, I would buy the second like volume. Like that's why I gave it a rating.
Yeah.
Just because I mean it's self-contained, it is a volume. So that's why
Mhm.
I decided to do that. Anyways.
That's W, X, and Y.
Joseph, your turn.
Okay. So favorite moment. I'm gonna pick 2. Visually, I
this
really
Panera
like
Bread?
the moment.
Sorry. go on.
What?
Is this Panera Bread? You pick 2? No, go on. Never mind.
I don't eat at Panera, so I don't. Anyways, visually, I really like I think it was chapter 2 where like Luffy punches the freaking alligator-looking sea monster thing. Just because.
No, that's
like,
chapter.
Was that chapter 1? I thought that was.
It's the end of chapter 1
End of
when he
chapter
leaves.
When he leaves, yeah.
Okay, so chapter 1. I like that because, I think like at that moment, like Oda like really like showed like just how good he could art. Because there are moments in One Piece where like the panels are a little bit like simple and minimalistic, and I mean I'm fine with that. I love those
Where it's
panels
just
too. But,
characters,
like,
no background. Yeah.
yeah, that's like half of my art.
It's most of Wingdings. Different color this panel. Yeah, let's go.
But freaking, so I like that moment a lot visually. Also, the moment where Zoro was like doing the sword thing. That's the first iconic Zoro moment trademark. And then like emotionally, I really like the moment at the end of I think it was chapter 8, not 8, 7, the Kobe moment where Luffy goads Kobe into punching him so that he could like join the Marines. Emotionally, I like that moment a lot.
Wasn't that 3 moments? Didn't you say you were going with 2?
Well, I was saying no. Two was the Luffy punch, and then the Kobe thing. I was just mentioning Zoro was like an honorable mention in my list. Oh, and a rating. Okay, rating's hard for me because like I've seen like all the way up to like I'm like I stopped reading towards like the tail end of Whole Cake Island. I mean, I'm going to continue reading it, but like that's where I left off. So like I know, which is like
Chapter 1.
I don't know what chapter. It's like the arc before the arc they're on right now.
It's farther than I am right now.
Yeah. So like it's hard for me to like rate like the first volume, knowing everything that I know.
Well, because we understand that we can't fully give this a rating on its own, so
Right.
give it a rating as an arc of One Piece, like rate it comparatively to a One Piece arc.
Comparatively, crap. I'm between like a 6 and a 7, because like I definitely enjoy it, but like the One Piece definitely gets like a
One
lot
Piece
better.
arcs get like insane. Yes.
Yeah, no, like this is definitely like short, like fun with like a lot of gags,
Yeah.
and like a couple emotional moments that are like not super like heavy, but they're like
not at all.
Not at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not at all. Heavy One Piece moments will make you cry.
yeah.
Because they make me cry. Because I'm a little.
So based on that, I give it a 6. It's like goofy One Piece fun, and then it gets as it goes, it gets more.
So for me, my favorite moment is either when Zoro uses his swords for the first time, or when the pirates that try to hijack him end up rowing for him. It's just funny. It makes me giggle. My least favorite moment is definitely the fact that Shanks loses his arm at all, because it makes no goddamn sense.
Yeah.
I know you guys don't know that yet, but it makes no fucking sense that happened. Shanks let that happen 100%.
Maybe he
and I
just
don't
didn't
know
want
why.
the arm. He was like, "Oh,
Dude,
that's too much."
Part of
He
me
wanted to
thinks he
flex.
he has like Sasuke mentality. He's like, no, I don't want the other arm because I'll be too powerful that way. But like there is literally no reason why Shanks needed to lose an arm, because he's way too powerful to let that happen. Like, it's dumb. I still hate that. So comparing this to other One Piece arcs, I give it like a 5. Like, it is to me, like, normally, like, in comparison to other anime, I give it like a 6 or 0.5 or a 7, realistically. But One Piece standards are higher.
Yeah.
And in comparison to other One Piece arcs, it's like a 5 because they get that much better. Like, I can't stress that enough. But thank you for reading these first 8 chapters with me.
I should mention though, though I stopped at episode 16, I do have a good handful of spoilers in memory, which is unfortunate. From one, being friends with Nick. Shoutouts to Nick.
Shout out to Nick.
You talk so much.
Nick,
I know so many things about One Piece that
cannot help but spoil.
Yep, that I did not need to know. Thank you for that. Which again turned me off from consuming One Piece in the first place. 2, what do you call it? A YouTuber I used to watch, played through both One Piece Pirate Warriors 2 and One Piece Pirate Warriors 3. I watched both playthroughs. 3, I played a bit of the One Piece Romance Dawn PSP game. I did that. It was fun. It was cute. So there are some things I know about the story that I hope don't kill it for me as I'm going through it and then like approaching the moments. Because like I will say though, like the One Piece Pirate Warriors games, very solid Musuo games. Holy shit. Actually very solid. But again.
So you know the spoiler I knew, like the big one. It did not ruin it at me for all. I was bawling like a baby when the spoiler I knew happened.
Yeah.
Like,
because
the moment is still so emotional that, like, to me, even knowing it is not that bad. And you know how much I hate spoilies.
Oh yeah, me too. Oh my god, dude.
Yes,
it did not
Lizzy?
ruin it me for all.
Wait, did I really?
Yeah, you said that. You actually said
Fuck! You know what? Fuck, I don't want to talk anymore. I don't know how to speak. Craig, fuck you. What are you doing?
No. I'm not done yet.
I cut it. It's too late. I cut it.
Wait, we didn't mention the next episode.
Yeah, also that.
You're right. Damn it.
But I'm also not.
What are we doing?
But I'm also not done talking.
Okay, keep going.
I honestly don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, right, that spoiler. So yeah, because when I was watching Your Lie in April, I knew the one main spoiler. I learned about that one main spoiler, and I hated it so much because dumbass people on YouTube.
Yeah, but that's the whole point of Your Lie in April. Well, it's like that is that whole show.
Yeah.
In comparison to the continuing One Piece.
Yeah, but you didn't let me finish. I watched the whole show and bawled for 30 minutes after finishing the show. I bawled heavily, strongly. Like, I probably could have filled up a small jug of water from how much I cried. 'Cause
I like to think that my tears are just what are in those Wellesley Farms bottles.
Yeah. But yeah, because that's how I am with spoilers. If I mainly get upset because I feel like it's going to ruin the moment. And if you can still write a story that building up to the spoiler still means something and I still cry and it still gets me, then it's a good show. You know what I mean? Your Lie in April for its pacing issues, it's a solid 8.5, but that's a different day.
Yeah, so Joseph, what are we doing next week?
What are we doing next week?
It's Clone High, right? That's my pick. It's Clone High.
It's the only thing we have scheduled, so yes.
I don't check the schedule that often. Okay, next week, Clone High.
We made the schedule together.
We did
I'm sorry. Okay, next week, Clone High. It was an MTV show in like the early 2000s. They got one season. So we'll see how it goes. I'll talk more about it.
How long is it gonna take?
That's like a season.
Yeah, which is
long.
Well, yeah.
Runtime of.
I don't know.
Episode count of.
I can check. It's not very long.
Okay.
We'll look at it later. It's a lot of.
I genuinely don't want to drink my water ever again.
Because it's Aiden tears. Whatever you're drinking, it's Aiden tears. That's just
That
what
is
it is.
coming out of me. That's
Yeah.
fair. I wouldn't want to drink that either.
Aiden liquids.
Phrasing like it like that.
Eating
probably did it.
liquids. I don't like that. Oh, but, hey, Craig, would you drink my liquids?
Now recording.